since I'm running right up to 2:45, and I don't want to keep y'all late, Paul, why don't you go ahead and, since I've taken your entire time slot, and why don't you go ahead and finish us up with the last section that we want to do today.
All right, well, I didn't want to take too much time on this. We introduced a brand new feature last month, right? The round robin. And round robin assignment for issues. And I wanted to be very clear about kind of how that works. So I want to take a little closer look. Did you want me to drive, Mike, or do you want to drive for me?
I can drive for you.
All right, fantastic.
Just to keep up for time.
So see if you can guess which group I set up round robin on. Hint, hint, it'll be the last one. Set it up yesterday. So,
yep.
Right, it's the one called round robin. Now, I think that everybody's going to benefit from a naming convention because these groups are really unique in the way they work. Go ahead and edit that group if you can.
Yep, coming up.
So round robin is only available to agents because we're talking about assigning issues. And to create a round robin group, you create an agents only group and you check that little box. Now, notice there's a member list. There are people in that group. Go ahead and display if you would. There you go. There's our list of people. What's going to happen is when we assign an issue to this group, it's not going to stay assigned to the group. There's a stored procedure in the background that's going to say, this is a round robin group. I'm going to pass it to the next user in line. And it uses the user ID, which is unique and can't have spaces. Mm-hmm. And it goes by alphabetical order. So it uses something that we can empirically know who the next user is. And
did you set up a rule, Paul?
I didn't set up a rule. I was going to do it directly on an issue. Let's do an issue. Let's get to, in fact, I had one. Let's see here. Let's just do pick an issue for me at random. One of these, yeah. Let's do 1395 if we can.
We'll do 1395.
And so we're going to say, for the sake of argument and in the interest of time, this kind of quickly get through this. We want to assign this issue to somebody in that list, the next user ID in that list. Now we don't even know what the user ID is now in that list, right? And normally when you assign an issue to a group, it stays assigned to the group, right? You look back and it's assigned to the help desk group or the IT group or whatever. But this one doesn't work that way. So here we go. And go ahead and do an update. Now I want to be clear while this is updating, this works for all of our automated ways of assigning issues. This works for all of our, like the API, quick picks, every way we can think of assigning issues, this works with. And you see, it didn't stay assigned to that round robin group. Now it is assigned to the administrator user. In the background, that stored procedure ran and said, administrator user is the next guy in line. Let me give him the issue.
And that would work if we did an auto assignment rule, for example, or off of a quick pick, or even if we did the automatic assignment from an incoming email box.
Right, right. And that kind of brings me to my next piece here. I wanted to make sure that everybody knows about our help center, right? And that there are great resources about all of the new features in Issuetrak in our help center. Anything that's been released, you'll see either in the release notes. In this case, there's a couple of great articles about round robin. Just type round robin.
Okay. You had to pick me for typing. There's one about round robin.
There we go. And you see there's two of them. There's about how to use and about, right? So there's a lot of great material in the help center. Everybody that can hear my voice should be reading this, right? This is really something that everybody has access to. Notice there's no login required. You don't even have to log into Issuetrak to go to our help center and look things up.
Right, because how else can you access it?
You can get to it by just going to helpcenter.issuetrak.com, or you can use the little circle with a question mark in the upper right that everybody forgets about, right? Mm-hmm. Look off to the right of Mike Wright's name, right?
Yeah. And then, of course, you can always go directly to the Issuetrak. Go to Issuetrak and go there too.
Issuetrak.com and come down to resources, and you'll see a help center and training. Mm-hmm. And one of the links in Help Center and Training, in fact, the whole reason it's called Help Center and Training is because there's a link to the Help Center there. Mm-hmm. And there it is.
Same place I just was.
Yep.
Always helpful. And always has the latest information about the features.
It's literally every page, every feature in Issuetrak. It's literally packed with information, and we're always updating.
And if you don't find what you want, you click on Contact Us, and then you can post a question that'll be answered by one of our support personnel. Or if they can't answer it, they contact Paul and I.
They contact us. That's right. We get into it. All right. I think, do we have time to get into the product roadmap while we were?
Let's go in there. Yeah, let's do it quick.
So quickly, I wanted to make everybody aware that on Issuetrak.com, you can see the features that we are working on to include in the product next, right? What's going to happen next month and the month after, right? So just come to Issuetrak.com like Mike just did. And he's got a slow internet connection, or like I do, you know. Scroll clear to the bottom. I'm not even going to wait for the rest of this to load. Let's go right to the bottom. And you'll see there's an option called Roadmap. Go and click on that now. And these are the features that Dan has put our development team in charge of creating. Now, some of these were slated for May, and we're talking about one of them right now. Look at the second one under May, right? The round robin issue assignment. The May stuff has already been included. And I think our friend, or somebody, I don't want to gossip here, but somebody at the water cooler may have said that we've already coded all this stuff for June, and we're in final testing, so we can release that. You know, like I said, I don't like to gossip. I don't like to gossip. But
is that what Jackie said?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Since we're all going to the water cooler nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And then also, you know, somebody that was I heard somebody else at the water cooler say that we are heavily into July's features as well. So this is our source of truth. It's our product roadmap for the features we are going to include. If you ever have a question about that, please, you know, look here, give us a call, whatever you need. We're always here for you.
All right.
I think that gets us for new features. I think it does. It kind of catches us up a little bit.
Now,
it leaves us about 10 minutes for questions.
Next month, we should have released the identity management, the ADFS. We would definitely be going over that, hopefully in the July webinar on the new features. We may even expand it. We're going to see what we end up with on that. So we were kind of waiting for that to be released, and so we could actually get our hands on it, so we can talk about it. We may even do a deep dive. We don't know yet on that. We'll see what happens with that ADFS. And we may, depending on how many of the features are released at that point, we may expand our new capabilities to cover more of that next time than actually taking a true deep dive. So things may change a little bit in the coming webinars that you see. We want to make sure that you're aware of that. So look at the invitations that you've been receiving. Please stay on the webinar list. We're going to continue this product for a while. We just may change some of the structure as we're going forward. We've been doing this for a while now. So we'll see what we're going to take our feedback from both internally and externally, and then see what we need to change. So this will be kind of a turning point in June. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us. We hope you get some good, valuable information from these webinars. Again, send us feedback when you can. We will send you a survey. Please give us feedback on what not only you would like for us to cover in the future. This particular topic on today from Report Writer was mentioned to me in a survey last month. So we were able to do this. We had already planned on doing this, but we want to hear more from you in order to understand what we want to do going forward with this particular program. So hopefully we'll get some information back. Hopefully y'all will go ahead and tell us we're doing a good job, and then we'll see what goes up. Tony, you or Paul got anything else you want to say?
Just thanking everybody for their time. Company-wide, we live on customer feedback, whether it's the surveys, what you like, what you don't like, product suggestions, looking at, you know, the roadmap that Mike pulled up. So much of that is driven by feedback from customers, suggestions. I got pulled into a meeting with the developers a month ago on that second to last one on the June column. That was driven by customer feedback, and then working with Mike and Paul, getting their pool of customer feedback, just a whole list of little tweaks to improve the user experience on the My Issues page. So we welcome that, good and bad, please.
So we want to thank you all for attending today, and hopefully we'll have you back as an attendee next month. Y'all have a good day. Bye now.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.